What is up, everybody? It's Ed Gough Jr. here from Dad Central, and I'm joined by the guy over there.
The guy over. Oh wait, no, this way, over there.
Yeah, see, you're good. You got it right. What's going on, Drew Soleyn of Dad Central? What's going on?
Not much, Ed, but I am excited. I love these conversations, and so I'm excited to tell people what they can expect from us, help them get to know us a little bit more, and of course, just talk about the type of value we hope to bring to people through this show.
Well, I second that, and we are going to be bringing value, and we have the privilege, the opportunity, the blessing to be hosting the Dad Central Show, which is the only online show in the world for dads and fathers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. Now, do note, Dove Men Plus Care believes that care is the best of a man, because when men care for themselves and others, there is positive impact. And that's one of the major reasons why we're doing the Dad Central Show. Drew, what is your background when it comes to helping fathers?
It's a great question. Well, one, I started with myself. I started helping myself because when I was about to become a father, I had just this desire inside of me to really change what my early childhood experience was, because I didn't have a great experience with my father and I had some challenges. And so I was very focused on making myself the best father I could be. And in that process, I just spent a lot of time learning and growing, but I also found out that as much as I tried to learn and grow, I would still make a bunch of mistakes. And so as I went through making those mistakes, feeling bad about it, I realized I need some help. I need people around me who've done this more than I have. And so I started just reaching out to dads. I started saying, hey, what's it like for you? What are you doing? How are you doing it? And so that just morphed into, creating a small group for dads, which then had me launch my own coaching and training program for dads called Connected Dads, which then led me to reach out to a guy by the name of Brian Russell, who is doing this thing called Dad Central. And well, the rest, you say, is history. For the last 2.5 years, I've been responsible for building and growing Dad Central, and really taking all the amazing resources that Dad Central has for dads, built by dads for dads, and getting them into more people's hands. And this show is now the next, iteration of that, and bringing value to people and connecting dads to each other, but also to the amazing impact that you can create when you really engage with your kids, because that's really what this is about. Our subtitle of the show is Tools to Raise Confident and Successful Kids. And I know when I think about the role of dad, there's nothing that makes me feel more satisfied when I see my kids going and being successful, confident, overcoming challenges, and just becoming the people that I think that they were created to be. And that's really what we're about. And that's kind of a little bit of my journey to get to this point here.
Excellent. Fantastic. On my own part, I guess my helping fathers began with my own father. And then about, let's say 12, 13 years ago, my father had suffered a heart attack, and we were with him in the hospital over a weekend. And the doctor said, he's got to get heart surgery. So the next day he was transported to another hospital. And that next day morning at 7 a.m., I had to wheel him in on his gurney into that operating room, and waiting in that waiting room, or spending time in that waiting room for 4.5 hours, having those moments. I woulda, I coulda, I shoulda. I didn't get an opportunity to do this. I wasn't good at this. Had the ping pong ball going on in my head in regards to the relationship with my father. And after 4.5 hours, the head surgeon came into the room, and I realized that in 5 seconds, whatever he was going to say would not only impact myself, but my relationship with my father for the rest of my life. And when the surgeon said he's going to be okay, I ran to the surgeon. I didn't hug him high. I went low. I hugged him around his leg for about a minute, because this gentleman and his team, and I'm just going to say a higher power, gave me an opportunity to right my relationship with my dad. And that started my passion in regards to working with fathers and helping with fathers, because I realized that, he had his challenge. And just a little bit add to that story, I went in and spoke to my dad, and I asked my dad, "Are you okay?" And he said, "I can feel my toes now." So obviously there were things inside of him that he hadn't released or shared with me that impacted how he was doing, and then also impacted our relationship, because I don't think you can be at your best, father or anyone else, if you're not at optimum health. That led to me working at Canada's only father focused family organization for about 2.5, 3 years. And like Drew had mentioned, Brian Russell, that's why I met Brian Russell. He asked me to become a member, and not just a member, but an active member of Dad Central. And I took the challenge, and it's a challenge that I have not regretted. And it just allows me to be better and helps fathers and their families, not only here in Canada, but around the world, be better. One thing, we're, myself and Drew and our other team members, we've been blessed to have that collaboration with Dove Men Plus Care. And through that collaboration in the year 2021, we were able to reach out to over 100,000 fathers directly and indirectly around the world. And when people hear that, doesn't matter what background they are, what culture they are, that leaves a positive impact. So doing the Dad Central show, to me, is now the next level, the next part of the journey, because we want to multiply that 100,000 10x. So that's a little bit of what I'm passionate about.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. The part that you share that really speaks to me is the power of that relationship with your father. You also said something, it gives you a chance to write it. But what I think we don't realize, so there's two parts to that. There's one, sometimes being a dad, it feels like a very thankless job. No one really appreciates it. No one really recognizes. No one understands. But each child who has their father in some way, shape, or form can get to experience either the beauty of that or sometimes the pain of that. And I
Yeah.
think we all have our own unique experiences with that, but it still speaks to the value and power of that father's presence in a child's life. And that's the part that I think is really wonderful about what we're going to be doing with this show, is talking about the different experiences that we've had that fathers have played a part in, and how that helps us um, grow and helps us be better, as you said. And so, when we think about some of the conversations we've already had as part of recording this show, I have heard the power of a father's influence on the men that we've spoken to. Okay. And really powerfully positive influences, but also some very painful ones, but have still helped fuel that person's desire to be a positively involved father for their children. And so I think we know that the research is very clear. When you're a positively involved father, it makes a huge difference in the life of your child. And that all the developmental milestones, mentally, emotionally, socially, physically, are way better when you have a positive involved father. And so that's what I'm really excited about for this show. To be able to bring those types of conversations and to hear from dads who have all different types of backgrounds, all different experiences, but all are going to help you, whoever's listening, take something. The goal here is you get something very practical, a tool that you can use in your fatherhood journey. So we're going to be covering all sorts of things. It's going to be talking about, things that affect your health, your well-being, because that impacts your ability to show up. We're going to be talking about how do you do things as a dad with your kids. We're going to be talking about, what experts are saying around the value of your engagement with your child, common challenges, common problems. We want to talk about all the things that you as an audience member want to know and will help you in this process. So that's really exciting. But I really think that it stems from what you were talking about there, and you shared in your story of the value of that relationship with your father. And we want to see fathers, their relationship with their kids grow as well. So got some great guests coming up.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about what has really stood out to you from who we've already talked to.
Well, all of them have been fantastic. We've had Donovan Bennett, Sportsnet broadcaster. We've had Dr. John Olive, who has done extensive research globally about fathers and fatherhood, and also Shannon Carpenter, who has written an incredible book about being a stay-at-home dad. And he's been a stay-at-home dad for like almost 12, 13 years. And not only his story, but his openness and his honesty and his wit bring a really good lens to fatherhood. And we have more people coming, but we're just excited. We're just having conversations, and we want these conversations to have global impact. on fathers and their families, because I'm a strong believer that the better the father is, the better man he is, the better father he is, and the better he is for the world. Because I believe that every father has value.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the beautiful parts about our partnership with Dove Men Plus Care is that they believe in that the value of that relationship piece, and that men caring is really the best of men. And so we're really grateful for that partnership that you've talked about, and we're really excited to bring this content through their help and support. So really excited for that, and looking forward to growing it.
Absolutely. So, folks, we're excited. If you're not excited, our goal is to make you excited if you're not already excited. And again, if you want to check out the broadcast, there is the website address. If you want to get tools in regards, especially fathers, in regards to raising your children, there's the website. And if you have any comments for us, there is our email address. So we are excited to have you join us along this journey to make fathers or help fathers be the best that they can be. So looking forward to it. Let's enjoy the ride. Take care, everybody, and be well.